Cards don't care, the chips move where they're told. The percentages don't lie.
Wow! So he must have pissed off the poker gods.
You do what you can, you make the most of each situation. When the last river is dealt, maybe you'll be the champion. How to get there? Well, that's a process. Take advantage of opportunities. Avoid landmines. Be calm in the face of unimaginable pressure. That's who will claim the bracelet. That's who will become the 2022 World Series of Poker Main Event champion. It's time. Let's see who's ready.
This is the 2022 World Series of Poker Main Event Final Table, presented by the official WSOP free poker app. Lon McCarron with Norman Chad. Espen Jorstad tied for the chip lead 10-handed.
What a main event. Couldn't get to 9 players, couldn't even get a single chip leader.
Matija Dobric, 32nd a year ago, guaranteed a top 10 here.
He's got a loving wife, a loyal dog, and a great skill set. What more do you need to win the big one?
For every big stack, there's got to be a short stack. I think that's Doyle's law. And tonight, the short stack is Philippe Souki.
If there were 10 players left in the main event and I was a short stack, I would not wear a hat with the number 10 on it, but that's just me.
All right, here's how the final 10 stack up, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We are all Caesars. Dobric in third, Asher Conniff in ninth, but not desperate. Jorstad tied up top with Matt Sue, who comes to this moment with the right attitude.
For me, the mindset I'm having is only good things will happen. And I don't mean that I'm going to win the tournament, but I'm going to go home knowing that, all my friends came out to support me. All those good text messages that I received, throughout the past couple days. I guess my mindset is just anything is possible.
Anything is possible became a rallying cry for Sue and his buddies after they heard Kevin Garnett yell it at a 2008 Celtics game.
Just 10 payouts remain, as brought to you by Stormex, the easiest way to earn crypto. This is the lion's share of the prize pool, $10 million at the end of the rainbow. Action folded around to Jeff Farnes, 39-year-old, $17 million below the chip average with pocket fours.
Farnes was so tired after playing 16, 17 hours on day 7, he says he was almost falling over during the final table photos.
Tournament officials stopped play after that long day at 10-handed. Jeff Farnes from Oregon, pocket fours and a raise over to Jorstad.
Jorstad, one of 5 players here, born in 1988. Incidentally, the last year I was happily married in the 20th century. Jorstad, Sue, Conniff, Eames, and Souki, all 1988 babies.
On the button, Jorstad with pocket tens just makes the call.
There were 4 main event champions born in 1987. Joe Catta, Jonathan Duhamel, Greg Merson, and Martin Jacobson.
Blinds fold, so it'll be Farnes with the fours, Jorstad with the tens. This is Jorstad's very first live World Series of Poker main event. And there's a 4 on the flop for Farnes.
The last 7 main event champions flopped at least 2 sets at their final tables.
I assume you're making that up?
I'll plead the 5th.
Farnes gonna come right out betting with the set, $2.8 million. Jorstad sees all undercards to his 10, so he's gonna make the call. Jack of spades on the turn.
The middle finger check is really picking up steam in poker. I think that's a bad trend.
Jorstad thinking, I guess I'm good, bets $3.1 million.
Yeah, it's a good board for pocket tens to proceed. Farnes once won a PokerStars event with 20,000 players, so 8,600 feels like a stroll in the park.
He was a chip leader here on the main event on day 7. And here is a check raise to almost $8 million.
Oh, the rec player check raises the grizzled pro. He's standing up for all of Blackfoot, Idaho. Population 11,900, give or take a potato or two.
He's a consultant in the cannabis business. Doesn't work at the potato business, though. And Jorstad's going to pay the toll here. River card. Tray of Hearts completes a pretty soft-looking board for Jorstad and his tens, even though Farnes has the hammer. 7.1 million, pretty small.
Yeah, too small, man. But the weekend fisherman trying to reel in the whale, the chip leader. Jorstad getting 5-1 on a call here.
Jorstad stuck around after Farnes' check raise.
You know, anytime something is bargain priced, I always wonder what the catch is.
The catch is you lose. Very nice pot for Jeff Farnes. He min-cashed the 2019 main event. I guess he learned a few things from that experience.
Well, he's learned to tell his rail that it's time to whoop it up.
Farnes goes from 8th place to 4th place.
And Jorstad wondering where it all went wrong.
Kind of replaying the hand, resetting things, rededicating himself. So the U.S. taking a pot from Norway there. Not surprised to see different nationalities at the final table or even just at the main event. The world has come back to Vegas and they want to play poker.
9 of the last 15 main event champs, foreign-born. What happened, Lon? We used to be number 1.
Asher Conniff, second shortest stack now with the pocket tens.
All in.
Asher says all in for almost 18 milli.
Conniff 80th in last year's main event. Dobric was 32nd. Now both in the final 10 this year.
Dobric folds his button over to Michael Duek, originally from Argentina, lives in Florida, ace king of hearts.
Duek, youngest player remaining, 23 years of age.
Name is Michael, but goes by Mickey. He makes that call, and here we go.
Flip. Flip. I have ace king.
Duek at ease. Conniff is not.
Conniff with a little poker prayer before we see the flop. There's the flop, and he's at risk, and oh! Boom, boom, boom! Out go the lights on Asher.
That was quick. I don't know if it was painless.
10th place in stunning fashion for Asher Conniff. He'll go pick up 675 grand.
Well played, man.
What a flop for Duek.
Pretty good flop.
Wow, have you ever? Kara Scott has the tough duty of knockout interviews. Asher is with her now.
An absolutely brutal flop that just left no possibility there. You are certainly the most accomplished player here at this final table of 10. So can you talk to us about your experience? How does this rank in terms of your poker achievements?
It's definitely the coolest poker experience I've ever had. Yeah, it was amazing. Obviously, that was an unfortunate way to go out. I guess at least they put me down quickly, you know. But yeah, it's unfortunate, and I appreciate every moment, though.
Out in 10th, Asher Conniff.
We have our final 9 at the main event. You could be around the game every day for the rest of your life and not see that flop again. King, king, king to send Conniff back to, yes, Kings County in New York, his birthplace. No joke. So now we have an official final table, we have an official chip leader, and we have a rising star in Mickey Duek. Jeff Platt in the crowd with more.
All right, an absolutely electric atmosphere on the rail. You heard plenty of cheers from Espen's rail. You hear plenty of cheers from Mickey's rail, hanging out with his friends, his family here, his dad, Eddie. What's it like to see your son at the World Series of Poker main event final table?
Intimidating. And I hope he doesn't get modified by this success that he's having now. He always said, since he was teen, he said, I'm going to make millions, and I'm going to make millions in poker.
Okay, you four are here, but there are like 70 people here for Mickey. What's that like?
Amazing. We expected nothing less.
Yes.
Knowing Mickey, nothing less.
It's very exciting. It feels so good. He deserves it.
Best of luck to you guys the rest of the way.
Thank you
Thank
very
you for taking the time. I appreciate it.
4th place stack now for Duek. Jorstad under the gun. Never threatened to be the chip leader until a very profitable day 7. Just hung in there. Ace-10.
Jorstad would like to make millions at poker because he's had a bad year in crypto. He lost a good deal of his net worth and is trying to rebuild a bankroll.
As mentioned, his first live main event, he did finish 6th in the GG Poker Online main event in association with the World Series last year. Around 2, Duek. King-Jack suited.
The suited one-gapper, also known as the Michael Strahan.
2.4 million is the call.
Jeff Farnes just looks like he's waiting to pull me over on the interstate.
Small blind, 6 deuce, into the muck. Aaron Duczak, Western Canadian logger, fireman, businessman, 8-5 of diamonds.
He's just waiting for aces.
Wow, he's reaching, Norma.
Well, he is a bargain hunter. 6.5 to 1 on a call, so I can't blame him here.
He's going to defend the big blind. 3 players will see this flop. 2 hearts. Jorstad catches middle pair. Duek open-ended. Duczak missed and checks.
Jorstad said the pandemic helped him sharpen his game, more time to study. He began using solver software called Munker Solver. My solver software is called Jose Cuervo.
Duczak checked. Jorstad checks his 10s. And now to Duek.
All of Duek's World Series cashes before this event came this year and all in pot limit Omaha.
He bets 4.5 million with his draw.
You know the difference between pot limit and no limit, Lon?
On one, you can only bet up to the size of the pot. On the other, there is no limit on what you can bet.
You make me so proud sometimes.
Duczak folded. Jorstad facing the bet of 4.5 million. He's got the hand to beat right now, and with the 10s, he makes the call. 6 of spades. Jorstad not threatened. Checks again.
Duek checks. I saw it first.
Good call. Tray of hearts on the river. Duek comes up empty on that board.
I said he checked. He didn't call.
Jorstad checks again.
Duek sees opportunity.
7 million worth.
Duek representing the flush. Jorstad representing a good workout regimen. He's pretty buff for a guy sitting around all day and meditating.
Duek with a strong rail here, as all the other players have. Now Espen Jorstad with the best hand. Ooh, a lot of those creamsicle million chips.
35.
Oh, wow, to paraphrase Crocodile Dundee, that's not a bet, this is a bet. The check raise. Duek folds.
I don't understand the check raise there, but I do understand the result.
Jorstad using his muscle. Up to second place. That sent a lot of messages to the other 8. Well, Mickey's style might be roller coaster, but the main event has been pretty smooth for Duek, except for the start of day 6. He is yet another example of how it doesn't matter how you got here, just that you found a way to get here.
He started day 6 near the bottom, then had a monster day from 1.6 million to 22 million chips.
Folded to Mickey on the cutoff. Pocket 5s. Raised to 3 million, min raise. And now, Matsu, ace-jack.
This is Sue's first World Series cash, trying to complete the anything is possible dream.
He makes the call from the button. John Eames folded his small blind. Farnes in the big.
You know, if Farnes asks for my driver's license and registration, even in the restroom, I'm just going to give it to him.
He will stand aside, heads up. Duek with the small pocket pair. Sue with the ace-jack. There's a flop. A couple of spades. Pocket 5s comes through, standing tall for Duek. He's reaching. That is 4 million.
We've seen Matsu be sticky. He does have 2 overcards to the board. Plus us cash game types believe anything is possible.
Showing some optimism for his ace-jack, making the call. 18 million in the middle. Queen on the turn. Now a check from Mickey. Likewise for Sue. Another queen on the end.
Well, he would have heard from Sue before now if he had a 9 or a queen. So Sue doesn't have a 9 or a queen. So Duek's willing to bet. That's how simple this game is, Lon.
Well, if it's that simple, I guess that explains why you understand it.
I don't much care for your company anymore. Sue wondering if ace high could be good here. You know, a possible missed flush draw, perhaps.
He thinks so. Now he knows not.
Duek turned over those pocket 5s like they were the nuts.
Duek is in 3rd place now, putting on a good show for his fans. The Mickey fan club loving it. Matthew Sue dropping down to 4th place.
It's a bubble-licious round.
He's having a ball here at Bally's Las Vegas. Mickey Duek's winning smile and exuberance on full display, and Israel just might be redefining the term bubble boy. The Bally's Event Center nearly filled to capacity as we close in on a 2022 main event championship. The nominations brought to you by Stormex, the easiest way to earn crypto. 4 chips in play as we hit level 39. Espen Jorstad locked up his first bracelet this summer, but he almost took his career in another direction.
I have a master's of brewing science. I was super fascinated with craft beer and the whole culture. I really love that. And I moved to Budapest to start a craft brewery there. The plan was to do so-called ghost brewing, where you don't have your own physical brewery. You rent capacity at other breweries, basically. So we had our own recipes and all of that, and then we were renting capacity basically at different breweries. And in the middle of starting the craft brewery, I got a poker sponsorship offer, and I was playing quite a lot of poker to kind of finance the project. But at some point I kind of had to choose, like, do I want to do brewing or poker? And poker was going really well, and brewing is like, people are not going to stop drinking beer anytime soon, you know, so I was like, okay, poker is kind of here and now, this is an opportunity I kind of need to take, and then I can pivot back into brewing, like, whenever, you know, like, if I want to do that at a later point.
Now that I think about it, Jorstad sounds like a great name for a beer. A hearty beer, I think. Sam Adams-esque, but on the other side of the Atlantic.
Maybe Jorstad Gold. Maybe not if he keeps playing 8-6. But it's from the button. Gets 1 fold. Attenborough, Adrian Attenborough, originally from Australia, with ace-4. In 8th place right now, and he makes the call.
Attenborough started the hand under 20 bigs.
And Attenborough's faith paying off, pairing that ace. 8-6, not doing too shabby either. Attenborough checks. Jorstad will continue with $1.5 million.
There's more text per square inch on Attenborough's sweatshirt than in the New York Times classified section. Well, if there's still a classified ad section. I don't think there is.
$1.5 million is the call. These two cash game specialists build a pot of almost 12 million. Another jack on the turn.
Attenborough, 28 years old, from Brisbane, Australia, now living in Las Vegas. Brisbane is a seaport. Las Vegas is a gambling port.
Attenborough, done checking, bets 3 million on the paired board.
Attenborough leads out, doesn't want to give Jorstad a free look at a Broadway or flush draw.
Do you have anything behind those stacks?
Just blue.
Okay, it's 3 of those. Three, right?
And Jorstad makes the call. Well, Espen now pairs up on the river.
With his short stack, Attenborough might put on the brakes here. just check call if need be.
Adrian celebrating a birthday next week. $2 million into $17.5 million.
A blocker bet, but I'd be embarrassed to put in that tiny of a blocker bet. I have pride.
Hard to ignore for Espen, who paired up. He does make the call.
I thought he said all in on the turn. I was like, I literally thought I heard that.
Really?
Huh?
Yeah, I heard you mumble something, but
I thought he said all in. I was like, what?
Attenborough stacking chips.
Yeah.
Took a dip early, now getting some back. So Adrian Attenborough with some nice execution there. Got a tiny bit of value on the end, picking up some chips from the master of brewing science. Adrian Attenborough trying to become Australia's new Joe Hasham. Joe won the main event 17 years ago, recently overtaken on his country's all-time money list. With a win, Adrian would move into third place. The amazing Michael Adamo is number 1 on that Aussie money list. Philippe Souki, ace-jack of clubs. Short stack is all in for almost $19 million. Attenborough wakes up with queens with the chip leader Dobric on his left.
Souki wants to buy a house. If he can double up here, it will help his chances, but it doesn't look good. Attenborough thinking about whether he just wants to call or move all in.
He says all in, and now Dobric, the biggest stack with tens.
That's a big hand, and he likely would have come along if Attenborough just calls, but this might be a different story.
Matija Dobric. Yes, tough decision, but a disciplined laydown. Any other takers? Folded around to Farnes in the big blind.
Ooh, the first one was so good. Oh! Good luck, guys.
So Souki at risk with one overcard to the queens of Attenborough.
Ace Jack. Queens.
I don't want to jinx Attenborough, but all we've seen at this main event is Adrian lose all-ins from ahead.
Souki has been the short stack since the cards were in the air tonight. Here's the flop. And Souki with a big flop. Ace is up to take the lead.
The 33-year-old Brit's housing prospects just jumped. Attenborough is tired of seeing these all-in boards.
Turn card 4 diamonds. Attenborough now a 19-1 dog.
Only a queen sends Philippe Souki home.
River card 7. Philippe Souki secures the double up.
Joe Hasham would have won that hand.
Souki up to $42 million. Attenborough down to $30 million.
Attenborough down to 8 bigs and half a cup of cold coffee.
Attenborough moved into the overall chip lead for a while on day 7. An unusual position now for him. Short stack starting with day 3, though he had a great position relative to the field. Now down to just a handful of blinds plus with 9 players remaining. So the work begins anew for the Aussie. Folded to Espen on the button with ace queen.
All in.
Players announces all in.
Souki, not this time.
At least a sweat. I don't mind folding. I just, ooh. Okay.
He does make the call. Attenborough all in with king jack.
Well, his cards are live, and frankly, Attenborough deserves to win an all-in from behind. And you hate getting knocked out by someone who's eating.
If I was going to lose the chips, okay, lose it. Tournament life, though. I'm feeling good about this one. Tournament life, I'm feeling good about this one. I'm still feeling good.
But your stat is still good.
Attenborough says he's still feeling good, but he doesn't look like he's feeling good.
Don't worry, Matt. I'm going to river it. You can sit down.
Turn card. Oh, now he's feeling good with the king.
Still feeling good? I'm still feeling good, yeah, I'm still feeling good.
Attenborough just has to dodge an ace now.
Attenborough with the double up. Not long after he got doubled through.
Nice double. Nice one.
Attenborough making sure every precious chip comes his way.
The short stack doubles and is still the short stack. Tough game. Jorstad still with a very strong stack. Earlier, his queens fell to ace-jack, but when he needed it most, Adrian Attenborough got the double to keep his seat, and who knows what else. The 2022 main event presented by the WSOP free poker app. We started with 10, and what a start it was. Conniff all in with 10s versus Duek's ace-king and the flop of all flops. 3 kings. Matija Dobric chipped up early, taking the lead from Jorstad and Sue. And then just before the break, Australian Adrian Attenborough avoided an ado, adroitly assembling a pair of kings.
I'm stealing your thesaurus, Lon.
The Zenny eyewear for everyone tournament summary. Dobric in first, all playing for 10 million up top. Jorstad with a weak ace. Still 9-handed this main event final table. Folded to Attenborough, pocket 9s.
16 bigs, pocket 9s. Heidi-ho.
Hit 77 million late on day 7.
All in.
And here they come, 32 million all in. Third all in for him in short order. Duek folds to Matsu.
Can I get a count again?
331.
And Adrian Attenborough might be giving his last count of this day.
Pocket queens for Matsu.
Sue waiting for the dealer to verify the count, but these chips will be headed to the middle.
There is the call to put Attenborough officially at risk. Anyone else?
But officer, I didn't realize this was the carpool lane. I'm an old man.
To Duczak in the big blind. No, and so here we go.
Attenborough sees the bad news.
Every elimination brings bigger payouts to the survivors. Hard not to at least secretly cheer for a knockout.
Queen! 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 Just end it!
10 times. That's the main event record for calling for a card.
This would be nice.
Attenborough at risk with 9s, and there's a 9 in the flop as he comes up big.
Queen! 10, yeah, 10's pretty good. 10! 10! 10! 10! 10!
He called
yes,
it!
Let's go, baby!
Calls for a 10 5 times and gets it.
This would be a fair way to go.
Jack!
Gut shot for Sue.
Jack! Let's go! Jack! Oh.
No Jack. Attenborough with the double again.
His luck finally turning.
Comeuppance. Huh? You're finally getting what you deserve for losing like 50 all-ins in a row.
From 8 bigs to 34, from short stack to 4th place.
Still 9-handed at this final table.
And stop calling for cards when you're ahead, you huckledoodle.
As a guilty pleasure of our producers, tomorrow's headlines today. Any favorites, Norman?
I guess I can live with Duck Duck Goose or Duek Duek Goose.
All right, here's a headline for you. Former big stack with pocket jacks. The rest is history. Oh, just a raise to $4 million from Sue.
Officer, can I offer you a $100 bill wrapped around a donut and we just forget about the whole thing?
Queen 10. No thanks. Aaron Duczak. Ace King off.
He was asked at 3:45 a.m. on day 7 what day of the week it was, and he said he had no idea what day of the week it was. Duczak with 17 bigs.
Where is the shot, huh? You're searching for a shot.
Yeah. That was good last time. That's what we did that one.
Shot of vodka, boys.
Cheers, bro. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
He's got his routine.
Oh, that's rank. Oh, and that's rank. Oh.
That's how you go all in.
Oh, it's so bad.
He drank a few of them, yeah. Pass.
And Sue just checking how many chips he would have left if he calls with the Lon McCarron Memorial hand. He'd have about 6 bigs.
He can't fold, but this is against Duczak. And there it is.
Jack? Yeah, Jack. I knew it was Jack.
Duczak, the shorter stack.
Jack's ace king.
No, I got ace king.
Jack! Jack! Let's go! Jack!
Duczak stays put against the jumping jack.
There's the flop.
Jack!
Oh, a doozy of the flop for Duczak. Hello, Broadway.
Pair the board! Pair the board!
Set of jacks for Sue.
Pair the board! Come on, let's go! Pair the board! Pair the board! Oh,
Duczak straight gets longer.
pair the board! Pair the board! Pair the board!
He's a happy card caller.
Pair the board! Pair the board! Yeah!
Sue loses queens to 9s and jacks to ace king, just bad luck. And Duczak is working on a hangover.
Matsu about to hang a heap of chips over to Aaron Duczak. Into 4th place. He's a main event hero.
1.2 more.
And it's not been the final table. Lawyer Matsu drew up. Once tied for the chip lead, now the short stack.
The best poker content on the internet.
Your super high rollerball 7 champion.
Oh yeah!
Wheels are coming off.
That's the craziest hand I've ever seen. What was that fight?
Go to get.pokergo.com/YT24 for $20 off a new annual subscription.
Welcome back to the 2022 main event presented by the World Series of Poker free poker app. What a rough start to this table for Matsu. From chip leader to short stack, that last shot taken by Aaron Duczak, literally and figuratively. We've got new digs here at Bally's Paris, Las Vegas, but the old fields made the journey to the Strip. While Sue's fall, perhaps the biggest story at this final table, sharing top billing, Matija Dobric rise as he tries to bring the title home to his family.
My mother already cried, like in the end of day 6, like she was so excited. I was like, Mom, chill out, it's like long road to go. My wife's name is Tina. Last year when I came home, she told me like, only I knew that you deserve this. I told her like, only thing I do different is if she was there, like for me, because last year for me that was like one of the biggest moments in my life, and this year she will be here on my biggest moment in my life.
There is Tina. They've been married 3 years. You've got to root for them because their dog Mimi sleeps in their bed.
Tina's man just raised $4 million with Queen Jack off suit. Souki looking down at King Jack in the big blind. 6th on the leaderboard right now. He does make the call. Heads up. Souki with the best of it. Souki still with the best of it with top pair. Dobric open-ended. Check from Souki. Dobric will continue for $4 million.
Souki just 13 bigs left. I assume this is the check, raise, shove.
Ah, what happens when you assume? A call. No good for Dobric. 4 of diamonds. Another check from Souki.
Dobric might put them all in, you know, do the heavy lifting for Souki.
And he does just that.
Dobric on the draw, putting the ultimate pressure on Souki, but can't imagine the Brit giving this one up.
Little inventory over in seat 1. He's thinking about this a long time, Norman. And gives it up.
Wow. Huh.
Could be the worst fold of my life or the best. Who knows? One day. Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Maybe with 3 other shorter stacks on the table, Souki just wants to wait it out.
Against this man, the fold top pair feels like very painful. Wow.
Dobric flexed. Souki fled. No outward celebration there, but inside, Dobric's doing a little dance. He's been one of the more demonstrative players in the field this year. He does wear his heart on his sleeve, perhaps realizing just how special this moment is and how life-changing it could be for himself and his wife.
32nd a year ago and heartbroken then. An immediate chance for redemption here. And you know, he might be the best player at the table.
Matija Dobric has the floor again. Folded to him in the small blind, Queen 6. Mickey Duek in the big blind.
All in.
Do you just like never get like 8 deuce off or 7 deuce, like 7-3, 8-3? You never get any of those hands?
Mickey calls with the best of it.
Dama 6 there.
We have ace-9. We
Ja
need
imam
it to
Dama
hold.
6, to nima zde.
Queen 6.
After the playful speech, no delay from Duek, calling all in with the ace.
Trying to go through the chip leader, Matija Dobric.
Tranquilo. Come on, ace.
Duek still good.
No diamond.
You have the diamond.
Oh, I do have the diamond.
You have the diamond.
Ace.
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 Put it away.
Ace.
Come on, ace.
Please, ace, put it
Relax,
away.
relax. Ace. Okay.
Looks like a Backstreet Boys mosh pit over there.
One more. Come on, baby. Come on.
Five.
Clear the board. Clear the board.
Five.
You know what? It's coming. 7 of diamonds. Come on.
Five.
Brick.
One time, Jack. Shoot. 3.
Norman Duek won that one.
One man's celebration is another man's consternation.
These are the moments we live for at the main event. A crucial double up for Mickey Duek. With all that love and support, maybe a jump start to something big. Time for our Cuervo Tradicional Cristalino moment of the day. A few to choose from, but Mickey Duek's celebration post-double up was a sight to behold. The drama, the suspense, and then the explosion. Duek earns tonight's Cuervo Tradicional Cristalino moment for what could be the start of a big comeback. He's up to 6th place now.
That Mickey Duek rail is charged.
Just a reminder, these 9 survivors played for 17 hours on day 7. They did get a day off between, but the grind of the main event is not remedied by 1 day of rest. They're still feeling it. Attenborough with a raise with ace-jack to 4 million under the gun. Sue pocket 8s.
All in.
Short stacks all in for 10.6 million.
Sue's final chance to have a pair hold up.
Duczak. Is it vodka shot worthy? No, not 7 deuce. Folded around to Souki. Big blind with kings.
Oh, Matt Sue's day just went from dismal to devastating.
Attenborough, the original razor, on Souki's left. Sue awaits his verdict.
All in.
He says all in. Indeed. Attenborough gets out of the way, and the man named Sue is in trouble.
Had ace jack off. Had ace jack off.
Now it's okay for Sue to call for cards. He's behind.
Souki, the short stack when we began today, with a chance to knock out a chip leader when we began today. Sue gets no love.
Third board.
Sue called for an 8 just 3 times before the flop.
Yeah, Matt Sue now facing his main event reckoning.
Sue only called for an 8 once before the turn. It's as if he has no more 8s left in him, and he needs one.
It's a 5, and that ends the hand and ends a promising main event for Matt Sue.
Some rotten luck and a fast descent from 1st to 9th for Matt Sue.
He'll take home almost 851 grand, but not the way he thought he would go out. He got a Dobric hug. So 8 remain. Philippe Souki still with lots of ground to cover. Chip counts now brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We are all Caesars. 2 down, 8 remain. Dobric, the chip leader. Kara Scott with our 9th place finisher.
I'm here with Matt Sue. That table was brutal with so many all-ins and so many double-ups. Talk to us about your experience there.
I'm a little disappointed to finish 8th, or 9th rather. But at the end of the day, I got really lucky to get here. So, I'm just happy that a lot of my friends got to experience this. These flips are literally worth like millions of dollars. And yeah, just to have like my friends shouting for certain cards and just like the theatrics, I love that.
Out in 9th place, Matthew Sue.
Jack! Jack! Jack!
$1 million cash.
Jack! Jack!
It's not easy. Making the money, about 1 in 7. Making day 7, about 1 in 250. Making the final 8, that's about 1 in 1,000. Those who remain are the chosen few. And from them, only one will be chosen to be the 2022 World Series of Poker Main Event Champion. As I said, it's not easy. There's what they're playing for, and $10 million, don't forget that. Hi, everybody. Lon McCarron with Norman Chad with our continuing coverage of the 2022 World Series of Poker Main Event Final Table, presented by the official WSOP free poker app. 8 players remain, tens of millions in prize money up for grabs, and the man to beat right now, Matija Dobric.
He quit college to play poker and says the best part of being a poker pro is the freedom. $10 million would give him a lot of freedom.
Once a big stack here, Jeff Farnes, now the short stack. Despite his chip count, though, he is optimistic and enthusiastic about his prospects.
As life transcends, we all get busy. We have kids, we have work, we have a life that we have to provide, create, and some types of those associations kind of fall off. And I think that's one of the greatest things about the WSOP. It's because, from all walks of life, everybody kind of loves the game in one way or another, especially anybody that has competitive spirit. So it's kind of cool that an event like this can just bring people together from all over the world. And I hope to compete with it. So I got a lot of friends and family coming out, and we'll be loud on my side. We'll get up on the Richter scale.
Tightly packed group on the leaderboard. Brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We are all Caesars. Far and short, but far from out. 14 bigs with a big blind of $2 million as we get to the action. Dobric with a big stack open from the cutoff. 9-7 suited. Farnes has the action with Jack 5 suited. He makes the call of $2 million more from the big blind. Heads up. Small stack versus big stack. Rainbow flop. Farnes with middle pair.
I believe this is the first time in main event final table history that players from Blackfoot, Idaho and Slatina, Croatia have been in a hand together. I dare you to challenge me.
I dare not. Farnes with the best hand checks. Dobric now with that flop. But 2 million.
2 million's not going to shed Farnes. 4 million wouldn't shed him. Heck, I don't even think an armed abduction would shed him at this point.
There is the call. 15 million in the middle. Turn card. Wow, maybe the best card in the deck for Dobric, a straight flush draw.
Farnes wrestled at Southern Oregon University, says he lost focus in college, but then got grounded when his son Braden was born in 2011.
He's quite dedicated to Braden. Another check from Farnes now.
You mentioned Dobric with the big stack, and picking up equity here on the turn. He's going to use it.
He's going to use all of it. Maximum pressure on the shorty, and there is the call by Farnes. Wow.
Snap call.
He's got 9
Farnes in great shape to double up.
Oh, he's got a flush draw, got to dodge a club.
He also has to dodge a straight, but Farnes a 2-to-1 favorite to survive.
Red card. Deuce. Deuce.
Boys tell him he's also got to dodge a queen or an 8.
Deuce.
40 deuce deuce.
Farnes fades all trouble.
Let's turn it around. Let's
A
go.
delayed reaction, but it's good news for Farnes.
Oh, sorry.
Dobric down to third.
Didn't seem like you had a tough time calling there.
Oh, nah, I thought I was kind of ahead.
Farnes following the plan. One double up at a time, a very workable stack. Again, seems he's always had a workable stack at this main event, including taking the chip lead into day 7.
This is his 5th World Series cash in fields of 5,800 or larger. He knows how to step around a lot of potholes.
A healthy stack gives you a lot of options in your game play. Those chip denominations brought to you by StormX, the easiest way to earn crypto. Keep an eye on how much those creamsicle million chips fly around the table. Action on the youngest player left, 23-year-old Mickey Duek, second short stack. The under-the-gun raise from Philippe Souki to 4 million has Duek's full attention.
Mickey, known to friends and family as Dreamer, 7 eliminations away from the ultimate poker dream.
With the lesser suited ace, Duek 3 bets to 10.5 million. Newly doubled up Farnes. Jack 10 off.
Really? I mean, Jack 10 off after an under-the-gun raise from a tight player and a 3-bet? I mean, suddenly you're Gus Hansen with 55 million chips, please.
Oh,
he does get rid of it.
Face card.
Jack of hearts exposed. Aaron Duczak in the small blind from Western Canada, the logger, businessman, gives it up. Now Jorstad, the big blind, looking more and more like Top Gun every day. He folds. Souki now.
Just over 50, like 52.
Souki has navigated very carefully. He treats each of his chips like an ancient artifact to be protected at all costs.
Maybe some thoughts of ripping this, but no, he just calls. Duek with a lot of work to do to win this pot. Heads up now. Couple of hearts. Ace, queen, and Souki still ahead. Souki checks. And Duek keeps the heat on with little fuel in the tank.
Yeah, these small flop bets are starting to get on my nerves. It's aggro pot control, and I won't stand for it. Put your neck out there, and if it gets cut off, it gets cut off.
Just 5.5 million to call. Souki does just that. Philippe still good after the Jack of clubs turns.
He never looks like he's still good.
He's really taken your ace-queen seminars to heart, Norman. Check, check. And that board sidesteps both players. Another check from Souki.
If Souki played any more passively, I would swear he was a Buddhist monk.
Under the gun raise, and then check, check, check.
I don't think Duek thinks he can win at Showdown based on Souki's image and the under they're going to raise.
Wow. And a snap fold from Souki, and Duek did find a way to win that pot.
Oh, geez. Souki handed that pot to Duek on a vegetarian platter.
Great read, and he goes from 7th to 3rd at this final table. As the final 8 compete for huge money at the end, we take a look back at how we got from 10 to 8. Asher Conniff, fresh off a birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
He took pocket tens into Mickey Duek's ace king. An absolutely surreal flop left Conniff dead and out in 10th.
Sorry, man.
Good luck, man. Nah, it's all good.
He would be followed by the one-time chip leader, Matt Su, who was on the wrong end of a few big hands. Eventually falling to Philippe Souki's kings.
Good game, bro.
Souki came in just hoping to ladder a position or two, but has done well for himself. A look at the payouts brought to you by StormX. Souki and others guaranteed over $1 million. Folded to Souki on the button. Oh, and he's thinking, aces. There he's all in for almost $20 million. Dobric, Queen Jack in the big blind.
And a very playable hand in the big blind. But it's for 30% of his stack. I'm going to run the sim on this lawn and get back to you by the end of the show.
There is the call.
Wow.
Souki was 108th in this year's tag team event, in which Espen Jorstad won half a bracelet.
What was it like to feel that one? Yeah, I was like, fuck, this is like pretty good.
Souki in great shape. Dobric with an uphill climb for the knockout. Philippe Souki.
The Let's Go Souki chant needs a little work.
All right, his tournament life on the line. Oh, an ace in the window, but Dobric with a double gutter.
For an ace in the window, that's a pretty cruel flop.
Yeah, it is. Dobric magically hitting the two-way straight draw.
Souki taking it calmly. Turn card. Oh, and Dobric hits his straight.
That is a cruel turn of events for Philippe Souki.
Dobric as shocked as everyone else. Souki taking it calmly. Dobric not so much.
Philippe Souki now needs the board to pair.
It does not. Souki out in 8th place.
Second straight year cashing in the main event.
A min cash last year. $1 million payout is just a few steps away for Philippe Souki. Philippe Souki made the final table, but couldn't make anything happen after that.
That's how you win bracelets. It feels like a Matija Dobric day.
He cracks 3 aces and puts the others on notice. He's coming for their chips. Time now for our Cuervo Tradicional Cristalino Smooth Edge moment. Matija Dobric cracks aces with 8 players remaining, sending Philippe Souki home. Dobric, who finished 32nd here last year, guarantees himself at least 7th place, but with his stack, a top 3 finish, very realistic.
Dobric says he loves tournaments and hates cash because all the excitement is here. I kind of see what he means.
Yeah, right? Tournament summary brought to you by Zenni Eyewear. Eyewear for everyone. 86-63, the number of hopefuls that came to Bally's to try to win $10 million, and the bracelets, 7 are left. Adrian Attenborough out in front. The new short stack, right there, the Brit John Eames. His low-key demeanor has served him well to this point and fits in pretty good with this group of players.
Bagging up for the final table was, the emotional release was really intense. There's a nice sense of camaraderie, which maybe in like a regular tournament might not exist in the same ways. But poker's quite a great leveler, you know, most people have a nice experience playing with each other, even if it's not someone you'd get to spend much time with ordinarily. There's some people out there who you often wonder, why is this your hobby? You've got to remember that you play poker because you love it, you know, and you enjoy it as a game. And so anyone who kind of sours that in any way, I would like to sort of, you know, make sure we're all happy and sort of just treating it like a game and no hard feelings once the hands are over, you know. We've all been very lucky to achieve something monumental that will probably never happen again for us.
Eames a bit too relaxed and cerebral for my taste. Just go kick butt.
He's got the aces now, facing a 6 million chip open from the tight player in Aaron Duczak with ace king of diamonds. Eames makes the call from the big blind.
Two similar stacks, two monster hands.
Here we go. Couple of diamonds for Aaron. Eames now with the crackable aces. He checks.
Duczak with just a bit more than 20 bigs behind. Certainly this could be a spot in which he shoves with the nut flush draw and 2 overs to the board.
Well, he's not reaching for his vodka, so I guess no shove. It is 6.5 million though from Aaron.
I wonder if Eames wears relaxed jeans. Eames has been amazingly stone-faced and stoic throughout this main event.
Ooh, digging deep into the creamsicles. Check raise in progress. Indeed. He makes it 14.3 million.
The check raise on the flop. It's a splash of cold water to your face while you're still in bed. And you've got two choices. Go back to sleep or dry yourself off and wake up. Every chip is going to get into the middle no matter how they do it.
Duczak with a slightly bigger stack.
Owen.
And here they come. And Eames with the aces makes the call. Let's go.
Aces, the ace king of diamonds. Aces.
We need a diamond.
2 diamonds.
We need a diamond real bad.
Eames in for all his chips. Duczak in for almost all his chips.
Aaron taking his shot at knocking off the pro.
We need a diamond.
Somewhere Matsu is in a bar yelling, "Diamond! Diamond! Diamond!" The cards played themselves, Lana. It's like a player piano at a 1928 speakeasy.
Duczak needing help to knock off that man, John Eames. Turn card, queen of hearts, so the ace is still good for John. Aaron picking up some outs with a straight draw.
Diamond jack. I got ace king, yeah. Ace king diamonds. We need diamond or a jack.
Do you think Eames is relaxed waiting for this river? A diamond or a jack knocks out John Eames.
Yes! Eames avoids disaster for the double up.
And a rare show of emotion from Eames in the biggest pot of his life.
John Eames into second place at this final table. Aaron Duczak cut down to 4 big blinds. Tough hand for Aaron Duczak right there.
Okay, that got the heartburn.
There's always extra sweat.
I was never going to be safe going to the river. It wasn't possible.
Well, one man has talking chips, the other's got walking chips.
Duczak under the gun, 7-6 of diamonds. This is maybe a good time for a poker timeout for Aaron. Collect his thoughts, but no, he's all in. 10.3 milli.
Shot. It's going in.
He'll be so sick if he folds now.
Should we wait for the waiter?
He's waiting for shot.
Cheers, boys.
Oh,
Cheers,
okay. Cheers, boys.
Cheers,
I'm
dude.
going in.
Good luck.
Good luck. Does he always have an emergency shot? Is that also alcohol?
Now he's all in.
All in and a shot. Now a main event tradition.
Jorstad with a pocket pair.
And Jorstad
Sip it, yeah.
certainly
Makes sense.
might take a shot here.
A lot of table to get through. Aaron with that
What are you
shove
gonna
under
do?
the gun.
Can't do anything.
Folded
Might be mad.
to Attenborough. No.
He's just so stoic over there.
No, Dobric might try to finish him off.
No, he folds. To Duek with ace king.
Duczak has a customer, the PLO guy.
That is the most I've ever reacted. Don't tilt. Don't tilt.
Sounds about as useful as my
Three
spiritual
bet.
guru.
You can pay me the same money and I'll tell you not to tilt.
Farnes in the big. Steps aside.
2 live cards for Duczak.
6, 7 of diamonds.
4 bigs.
Duek goes to his cocoon.
Either way, if we lose, we don't lose a lot, but we're good. Ginger, don't you dare!
Portrait of the rise and fall of Western civilization.
Duczak in a spot of bother. Here we go.
Not today, Ginger. Okay.
What a sight, the solitary figure of Duczak and the rail of Duek.
Aaron Duczak out. What a treat to have the Kamloops, British Columbia logger, businessman, fireman here at the main event for so long.
And he almost folded his way to the bracelet. I am impressed.
You made it better, sir. He gave it a shot, he took a shot or 2 or 3, and it pays off nicely. Mickey Duek with the knockout. Aaron Duczak will always be remembered at this main event.
The best poker content on the internet.
Your super high rollerball 7 champion.
Oh yeah!
Wheels are coming off.
That's the craziest hand I've ever seen. What was that bite?
Go to get.pokergo.com/YT24 for $20 off a new annual subscription.
All right, so inside the Thunderdome, yeah, it's nice, but it's kind of like, it's just where the VIPs hang out. It's where you find Kara Scott, Maria Ho. Me, I'm more a man of the people here in the overflow viewing area here in the Bally's Event Center. And we still have Bubbles, yeah? We still have Bubbles?
Let's go, Mickey! Let's go, Mickey!
So what's it like watching Mickey from about a mile away?
I mean, it's really good because he's from Argentina. We both are Puerto Ricans, so we are ready for a Latin guy.
Yeah, Latin America.
We're ready for a Latin guy.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You have people from all over the place. You mean you have South Florida? He grew up in Miami. We came from Charlotte, North Florida. He has Russian friends. North Carolina.
Okay, all over the place. All right, guys, send it back to you.
He might be a spy. Duek has no work history, no fingerprints, no past to speak of. Definitely espionage.
Back to business of the big blind after a button raise from Adrian Attenborough. Duek with ace-9 off. And he will call the min raise and go heads up against the Aussie.
The chip leader, who was down to 8 big blinds earlier at this final table.
Attenborough with bottom pair. Duek with a 2-way straight draw. Duek has the action.
This flop more likely to hit Attenborough's range than Duek's in the big blind.
Checked over to Adrian from Queensland on the East Coast. Halfway down the East Coast of Australia. Check, check. 7 of hearts. 2 pair for Attenborough now.
So now it's the 2-way straight draw versus 2 pair. I saw this exact hand when I did time upstate on a bum felony rap.
Duek checks again.
Attenborough tends to be more deliberate than most of his table mates.
And a healthy wager of $9 million on the turn.
Yeah, and I like the big bet. He doesn't give Mickey the right odds to draw here. That's how we played poker in the big house.
We've seen Mickey get sticky with nothing. Not going anywhere here.
Where would he go?
There's another tournament actually down the hallway from here. Oh, wow. Here's the check raise. Bold to $25 million.
That's a pretty high level check raise semi bluff. Never saw that in the slammer.
Pair maybe starting to shrink for Attenborough.
Well, if I'm Adrian, I'm thinking, did this guy slow play 8-9 on the flop? What the heck?
He's not going anywhere. There's the call for $16 million, almost $64 million in the middle.
Duek now in youthful exuberance trouble.
River card is the king, and Duek catches his straight. Attenborough's hand is toast.
Well, isn't that convenient? Duek calculating what sizing will get him a call.
All in.
Whoa, not sure that will. No, it does not.
Lucky stiff.
Mickey Duek has claimed the lofty main event perch as chip leader of this final table.
He's not going to smile?
Well, as we see on the leaderboard, brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino, we're all Caesars. 5 of the 6 remaining players have at one point held the chip lead during this tournament. It's been that kind of main event.
I'll tell you what kind of main event it's been. We have some Russian, Argentinian, Floridian counterintelligence guy leading the pack.
Could it be an Argentine main event champ again, 1 year removed from Damian Salas winning it all? Eames opened from the button, 9-8 of clubs. Farnes with a pocket pair, the smallest.
Farnes had one early thrust against Jorstad and not much since.
Farnes starting the hand with 12 big blinds. Here, just a call for $3 3/4 million. Jorstad in the big blind, 9-7.
Getting 6-1 on a call here from the big blind. He's got chips to spare for these rags.
Well, Jorstad's going to join the party.
Like 24,000 or something, maybe?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Farnes against 2 top players. His deuces are still good, but he's up against 2 gut shots now. An added flush draw for Eames.
All in.
All in.
The shove now to Jorstad. Gets out of the way.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna call.
I guess I'm gonna call.
These deuces are under serious duress.
Strange roll, he's got 8-9.
Pad cards, pad the board cards.
I got deuces.
The deuces are ahead, but so far behind.
Club 8-9. I wish you had the deuce to club. Good luck, man. A lot of outs.
Eames has 20 outs 2 times. Farnes channeling his inner Matsu.
I called it at the beginning. Deuces, I get deuces. It's happening, man.
Farnes taking it all in good-naturedly.
Turn card. Tray of diamonds.
Close to a deuce.
More outs.
How could Eames pick up more outs? He's got half the deck now. If he did not have a large screen TV, we would run out of space for the outs.
Can Jeff fade the danger? The river card. Oh, pairs the board. Farnes counterfeited and knocked out.
He loses to a 9-high kicker. That tray seems like the most painful out.
Oh, my goodness. Out in sixth place, Jeff Farnes wins $1 3/4 million. Our last non-pro is gone from this final table.
John Eames trying to become the first British main event champ ever.
Jeff Farnes with a painful way to go out, but it's the risk you take entering the main event. Well done, sir. The 2022 main event, presented by the official WSOP app, is down to our final five, including Mickey Duek, the 23-year-old from Florida by way of Argentina.
And do you know of any other 23-year-olds born in Buenos Aires living in Fort Lauderdale? I don't. Very, very mysterious, if you ask me. Oh, and here is Mickey's sister Maya, just flew into Las Vegas, a final table surprise for her brother.
Wow. That's brotherly, sisterly love. Duek with ace-king of diamonds. Attenborough, 10-9 of spades, limped from the button.
These are two cash game crushers who are never coming to my home game. Duek, a PLO guy. Attenborough favors no limit hold'em.
Oh, wow. Just checks his option, does Duek. Flop for cheap. Rainbow flop. Duek still with the hand to beat, ace-king.
I wonder if Duek's sister also works for the company.
Mickey checks. Attenborough does as well. Turn card. Attenborough pairs up to take the lead. Mickey had missed again, checks again.
Well, time for the younger, taller, more talented version of David Tuckman to get busy. Top pair, Aussie Tuck, do something.
This one's a lot different. He doesn't talk as much.
A blessing.
$7.5 million is a bet with the pair of nines.
Ace high still could be good here.
All right, there's the call. Over $25 million in the pot. River card. King of clubs, Duek, and his belief in the hand is going to pay off.
Well, he hits a king again against Attenborough on the river to steal another pot. Remember, he made that Broadway with a king.
Duek sneakily checks again to Attenborough.
You know, it's amazing Attenborough is still here and standing. I can't believe how bad he has run when he's ahead. And he's going to value own himself here.
$16.5 million and a snap call. Push the pot to Mickey Duek again.
Lucky stiff. Attenborough frustrated. Duek flush with chips.
Ha-ha!
Such a sweet and tender moment, but Mickey's not going to miss a hand.
All business. Dobric, $70 million, and he's the short stack, Norman, with pocket sixes. A raise to $6 million, min raise.
Call, call, call. No, raise, raise.
Nope, fold. Jorstad, small blind, ace queen.
The Jorstad pose. Ace queen will age him, though.
He's going to put out the perfect amount. Some of the new silver 5 million chips. 3-bet to 21 million. Attenborough folded to Dobric now with a pocket pair.
The 3-bet and a big decision for Dobric.
All in.
He says all in.
Just to confirm, it's like 70 little right.
Jorstad would be getting 2-1 on a call here, and most of his chips would be in the middle.
Bold shove against Jorstad after his 3-bet.
Good luck.
He calls.
6 as dama, call. Ja 6 as dama, call.
It's a big pot, Lon. It's a big race. Dobric had been cruising most of the way, now flipping for his main event life.
Almost 2/3 of his stack in the middle as well.
Jorstad is the Norwegian Antonio, no shoes, running pretty good.
There's the flop, and a queen! Jorstad has Dobric in deep trouble.
Now that flop, a dagger to Dobric's main event dream.
Another day for Jorstad. Dobric feeling like the long shot now. Turn card is no help, and his go big or go home strategy is failing.
Dobric awaits his fate.
A blank on the end, Dobric going home.
Nice playing with you. Well played.
Dobric hugs all round. Yeah, it's tough to feel bad for someone who just won $2 million, but it's all about the effort and the heart they put into this event, and to have it ripped away, it's a painful moment for Matija. And Jorstad pulls away from the rest as he soaks in the love.
What a sparkling main event for Dobric.
He was one of the true stars of this main event. Matija Dobric, a class act all the way, but out in 5th for over $2 million. Back-to-back great results. More to come from him at the main event, no doubt. A nice post-bust-out moment for Matija and his wife, Tina. She couldn't be here last year. Kara Scott right now is with our 5th place finisher.
Matija, what an incredible table that was. Really watching you play was a pleasure. Can you reflect back on your time here yourself, please?
I really can't think right now. Like, emotions are, I don't know, I need a few minutes alone, but yeah, I play my best game. I don't regret anything. Like, I would play everything the same. And it's cards, it's poker, yeah. Nothing I can do.
You had some great support here. So many people on the rail shouting your name, and your wife as well. What does it mean to have their support behind you?
My support was really like, I don't know what to say. I got messages from all around the world, like, it feels surreal, yeah.
Does a result like this change your life? I know you talked about poker being about freedom for you. What does this do for you?
Yeah, this is definitely changing my life here from now on, yeah.
Congratulations on an amazing run. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Dobric's best game was very strong, so much heart, and you saw how badly he wanted to win this.
Espen Jorstad, the man who took the last chips of Dobric, hailing from Norway, poised to move up Norway's all-time winning list in a big way. First or second puts him first overall. What would Johnny Lodden think of that?
And let me give a shout out to number 3 on that list, the late Thor Hansen. 2 bracelets, 4 main event cashes, and he ought to be in the Poker Hall of Fame.
Number 1 there, Felix Stevenson, runner-up to Martin Jacobson in the 2014 main event. Four-handed play should open up a bit. Jorstad opened with a raise, 7-5 of hearts from the button. Duek comes along with 9-8 off. Jorstad with top pair and a gut shot. Duek open-ended to a higher straight.
Both of them like this flop. When I was in the pokey, we called the 3-6-7 the QC.
The QC?
Yeah, Quebec City. That's the area code up there.
Gotcha. 8 million from Duek, matched by Jorstad. Queen of Hearts. So what did you guys used to call the Queen of Hearts, Norman?
The Queen of Hearts, duh. Dang, you would have been beat up in the Hooskow.
This season cannot end soon enough. Duek. Again, this time 21 million.
Lot of pressure on Jorstad's pair with this 2/3 pot bet.
Wow, Jorstad's gonna come along. Strong call. Another 6 on the river. So Espen's 7s and 6s and reading ability are good at showdown.
Will Duek fire again?
No, he does not. Cool. Check, check.
I got it. 8-9.
Jorstad with the Norwegian Matumbo.
Well, Espen won his first brace of days before the main event started. Jorstad making a strong case for number 2 now. Lon McCarron with Norman Chad, 4-handed at the final table of this World Series of Poker. The man on the right, Espen Jorstad, with a sizable chip lead. Jorstad under the gun. He's got that look again.
Oh, when Espen moves his Mario Brothers card and chip protector, he means business.
A raise to 6 million with pocket kings. Attenborough folds to the small blind. Mickey Duek gets out of the way. Big blind John Eames looks down at ace-jack.
He's cashed twice at the World Series Europe main event and now twice here at this main event.
All in.
Uh-oh.
Player announces all in.
We're all in?
All in call.
He knows he's in trouble.
Ace jack.
Kangaroos. Kings.
Eames had more than 20 bigs behind and shoved with an ace. If it makes sense in a $200 online event, does it make sense in the main with 4 left? I'll let you people debate that.
Jorstad with a chance to pull even further away from the competition. Here's the flop now. Eames at risk. 1 jack, not enough for Eames.
Jorstad always stands up in these spots like he's about to give or receive orders.
If an ace does come, it better be the ace of hearts for the sweat.
Tray of spades, no drama.
The tray on the turn never changes anything, anywhere, anytime, in any hand.
Eames with one last shot to keep his main event seat. Jorstad with back-to-back knockouts. Fourth place for John Eames is worth $3 million.
Great run, and we still don't have a British main event champ.
75 million new chips to the stack of Espen Jorstad. Eames proving what a tough player he is again.
I played that last hand well, right? I think so. Yeah, thank you.
They'll break for the night now before 3-handed play begins.
A well-deserved round of applause from all here in the Bally's Event Center. So another look at the Caesars Sportsbook and Casino leaderboard. We are all Caesars. Jorstad with over 50% of the chips in play. Twice that of Attenborough, who has twice that of Duek.
Jorstad just 2 eliminations away from becoming Norway's first main event champion.
A poker life is unusual. There is no beaten path worn down by others. Every decision is individual. Every result traces back directly. There are no excuses. A player owns it. A player owns all of it. Which is why tonight means everything. Because it's the culmination of a life's work. Because the choices were singular. Because it's their name that goes down in history. Espen Jorstad, Adrian Attenborough, Mickey Duek, They got here with perseverance, passion, and yes, a little serendipity. Tonight, one will become a World Series of Poker main event champion. It's a title that will follow them forever, whatever path they decide to take. That's the unusual life of a poker player. We're down to 3 at the 2022 World Series of Poker main event, presented by the official WSOP free poker app, Lon McCarron with Norman Chad. This is the conclusion of an incredible 9-day ride to a championship.
Money aside, most poker players will tell you they'd rather finish third than second, and nothing is more painful in this game than finishing runner-up for a bracelet.
And right now, Norwegian pro Espen Jorstad, fresh off a bracelet weeks ago with more than half the chips in play.
Yeah, 10 years ago, Greg Merson won his first bracelet just before he won the main event. Jorstad trying to duplicate that feat.
Australian Adrian Attenborough trying to become the second ever champ from down under, following in Joe Hashem's footsteps.
Well, oi, oi, oi again echo thunderously around this final table.
And there's Mickey Duek, short stack, big smile, great rail, and the fearlessness you'd expect from a 23-year-old.
When I was 23, I smiled like that. I was in my 6th year at Maryland. The parking tickets were piling up, and they had unlimited Fresca at the dining hall.
Stacks and payouts brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We are all Caesars. Matt Su was the 9th place finisher, even though he had the lead when 9-handed play began. John Eames, the most recent bust out at the hands of Jorstad.
Michael Duek would be the youngest main event champion since Ryan Reese at age 23 in 2013.
Jorstad has been unafraid to use his chips as the gaming weapons they are. It's paid off so far. He's first to act, Queen 4 of diamonds.
What a journey Jorstad has forged from out-of-shape video game adolescent to in-shape poker world champion material.
Now min raised to $6 million. There's Attenborough with a 7 of diamonds. And a 3-bet with a stronger hand to $24 million.
Attenborough doesn't think much of Jorstad's button raise.
Duek now with the biggest hand of all, Ace-Jack.
He's the short stack with his nickname Dreamer on the side of his baseball cap, and he will push all in.
1 fold, 2 folds. That's how you do it.
Boy, he barely broke a sweat there for 30 mil.
A quick and escalated 3-way raising war goes to Mickey Duek. Hills to climb, but he's got an impressive kit of tools. Not a ton of experience at this table when it comes to live tournaments. Combined, they're about to win $20 million. Before this main event, they'd won a combined $2.3 million.
And I still count that Jorstad bracelet as half a bracelet. It came in a tag team event with Patrick Leonard, plus they just had to beat Jamie Kerstetter heads up to win it.
Chip denominations brought to you by StormX, the easiest way to earn crypto. There's a silver chip in there worth $5 million. I'm going to miss the 25K chips, though. 3-handed. Everything is like blind versus blind versus blind. Let's see how Attenborough works with Ace-Jack of clubs. A raise over to Duek with King 8 off.
Duek took 3rd at this year's World Series 10K PLO Championship just before the main event started.
Got some silvers. There is a 3-bet to $23 million.
Duek disrespecting Attenborough's button raise. Mickey has been consistently aggressive.
In this game, if you ain't raising, you ain't racing, to paraphrase an old NASCAR saying. Attenborough's going to come along for $17 million more. Does not pull the trigger with Ace-Jack as Mickey just did. No help to Duek, who needs help. Attenborough needs Mickey's king to make Broadway.
As you said, no help there for Duek, but that often doesn't bother him.
He does slow down here.
From 3-bet to check. Advantage Attenborough, but he's more of a pot control guy than a pot inflation guy.
Pot control it is. Turn card. Oh my. Attenborough makes Broadway. Duek turns top pair.
Yeah, and hitting top pair And the king finally, Duek's undoing. He rivered a king twice at this final table to take pots away from Attenborough.
After a flop check, he commits 17 million.
Attenborough could ship it here, or he could go the Johnny Chan slow play the nuts versus Eric Seidel route. Sorry, Eric, a la 1988.
Good knowledge, sir. He's played this ace-jack suited pretty passively here with another call. Trave spades. Mickey celebrating no ace on the board, but...
Well, Trey on the river never changes anything. Anytime, anywhere, on any hand. Duek thinking value bet here with his pair of kings. And meanwhile, Attenborough thinking, how many of his chips can I get?
Saw Mickey's sister on the rail. Surprised him a short time ago here at this final table. Uh-oh, here we go. Not all in, but almost.
All in.
Raise all in.
Oh, and Duek set back by Adrian's all in. And I guess that's why he left 5 million behind, just in case.
Wow. And he throws it in, and that's the last hand Mickey Duek will play in this main event.
Boy, it happened in a hurry, and Dreamer's dreams are dashed.
Heads up it is.
We are heads up. Accolades from Mickey's rail as he prepares his final exit to collect $4 million.
Proud of you, bro. Love you. Check over, maybe. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate all of you.
One of the best rails ever.
And we are now heads up for the $10 million top prize.
The best poker content on the internet.
Your super high rollerball 7 champion.
Oh yeah!
Wheels are coming off.
That's the craziest hand I've ever seen. What was that fight?
Go to get.pokergo.com/YT24 for $20 off a new annual subscription.
His smile infectious, his style unpredictable, and it all added up to a third-place finish for Florida's Mickey Duek. Right now, he's with Jeff Platt.
Well, Mickey, they call you Dreamer. Could you have ever dreamed of a third-place finish at the World Series of Poker main event?
No, this was quite the experience. Definitely a lot more amazing than I thought it could have ever been. So just being here, I'm happy and grateful for the outcome.
It's so clear that your family, your friends have been so supportive. What was running through your mind when you hugged them at the end?
Just really thankful that they were able to make it out here and supporting me. There's really not much more I could ask for. Just the fact that they're here and I get to share this experience with them.
We're going to see you in more No Limit Hold'em tournaments now?
Probably, yeah.
There we go.
Mainly PLO, but yeah, maybe some more No Limit Hold'em tournaments. Gotta put in some work, but yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Appreciate the time. Congratulations on a great run.
Appreciate it.
Guys.
So just 2 payouts remaining, brought to you by Stormex, the easiest way to earn crypto. The loser wins $6 million.
Espen Jorstad starts heads up with a slight chip lead.
And number 1, and a beaut of a hand for Jorstad, King, Queen of clubs. He's going to raise it up. 7.5 million. Attenborough, Jack 4 suited. Wow, reaching for the silvers, worth 5 million, sending an early message with the 3-bet.
Welcome to Heads Up.
Jorstad loves his hand. And he makes this call, and right off the bat, Norman, the pot is 55 million. Top pair for Espen. No diamonds for Adrian.
When I 3-bet with Jack 4 suited, that's the flop that comes out. Nice to see Adrian and I have something in common.
Out of position, but he took the aggression pre-flop. Now he continues for 16 million.
Jorstad said, I made no big mistakes to get this far. He has been steady.
Steady is as steady calls. Turn card. 4 spades. Adrian pairs up, but it's weak sauce.
Attenborough was feeling out of it at the start of this final table. He says, I just thought I was going to get 9th after things didn't go my way, but then I spun it up, and suddenly I was like, oh, it's my time.
And he keeps telling his story. Norman and large print bets 2/3 of the pot.
Wow. There are 520 million chips on the table. If Jorstad calls here, nearly 40% of them will be in the middle on the first hand of heads up with a river to come.
Is it Mario time?
Look at that poor innocent chip protector. Spare him.
There is a 58 million chip call. 203 million chips in the pot. The pot is the chip leader right now. 8 of clubs on the river. Your stat is best. Now a check from Adrian.
Well, hearts didn't get there. Straight didn't get there. Of course, Attenborough had neither. Pair of kings look pretty good here.
That might turn on the green light for Espen Jorstad now.
You know, I think that's approximately what I owed in parking tickets right there when I graduated from Maryland.
Okie dokie, let's go.
Well, Adrian might be thinking now that Espen could have missed the flush or straight draw, but this is for all his chips.
Hand number 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we just started. Is he really considering a hero call with bottom pair for all his chips heads up for the main event title?
I love this hand.
That would be yes.
Wow.
I don't feel like I'm good in this one.
Attenborough would have 44 bigs if he folds.
Yeah, I'll show you. King 10, King Queen. I also bluff, man. I have a pair and I block. You want to go offsuit Jack X, King X. This is tough.
Attenborough's advice to new players is take your time. He apparently follows his own advice.
King 2 suit. I was like, cool.
Espen might have his eyes closed behind those shades.
It's just when I get to this river, it's like, do you have some kings?
Well, knowing Adrian, this might take a little while. We're going to step away and be right back with his decision.
Really? You think he'll have one?
Well, he's in the same position as when we left him. Adrian Attenborough agonizing over whether to call with a pair of 4s. As we know, if he does call, Espen Jorstad will be the new world champion.
Yolanda, this tank is approaching 20 minutes. And my question is why? Look at the risk reward. If you call and you're wrong, you're gone. If you fold and you're wrong, you still have 44 big blinds.
And he does fold. Wow!
Espen can finally stretch and unwind.
They just might erect a statue of Espen Jorstad right on that spot.
You bluffed me, eh?
Espen Jorstad now 75% of the way to his title.
That's him. I should have called that, eh?
Quite a turn of events from his upbringing in Norway.
I guess I didn't have like the best childhood or whatever. I had like I was like being bullied at school. I was like very socially awkward, social anxiety. Like didn't really enjoy being with people that much. If you weren't a popular kid, I think this is something that's gonna make you work harder for the rest of your life. Basically, I've seen this so many times in my friends and peers and whatever, that people that were like super popular in high school, they maybe not have the same drive to work as hard later in life often. While the people that got picked on as kids and were bullied or whatever, they have something to prove. They have like a chip on their shoulder or whatever. And I think this is me. Like, I think I have something to prove. It was like an insecurity, ego kind of thing that I just like, I need to get to the top of the poker food chain to prove something, I think. And that's, I get in a bad thing, I guess, but it inspires me to work hard, so yeah.
Espen from a chip on his shoulder to almost every chip at the main event.
And Norman, normally a chip lead of about 240 million is safe, but the way these two guys have come out of the heads-up gate, who knows? Jorstad raising with Jack 7, Attenborough, King Trey suited, makes the call. King Trey, Jack 7. Flush draw for the Aussie, a miss for the Norwegian. Attenborough checks.
Jorstad with a master's in brewing science says he favors light beer in the summer and dark stouts during Norwegian winters. How about you, Lon?
Well, that makes sense, but I will add that if you need to put fruit in your beer, you need to buy a better beer. 16 million now from the monster chip leader Espen Jorstad to that man, Adrian Attenborough.
Jorstad wants to end it here, but Attenborough with a flush draw.
Gets a call. Top pair now for Adrian with Espen drawing dead.
Jorstad hoped to pick up some equity on the turn, and instead he picked up a do not pass go, do not collect any part of this pot card.
Espen from Steinkjer, Norway, but home base is London. But he's a road warrior. His passport could tell some stories.
And he's going to fire again. I hope his Mario Brothers chip protector doesn't get dragged into this pot.
42 million now.
Well, you know what, Lon? Attenborough isn't going anywhere. Number one, he's got a flush draw and top pair. And you tell me what number two is.
Well, he's not going anywhere.
Exactly where would he go?
Wow. These guys are not shy about putting their chips to work. River card and kings up for Adrian now. His position is rock solid. Hands it over to Jorstad here.
Jorstad with air on the flop, air on the turn, smoggy air on the river. Will he fire at it again?
Oh, it's the only way he can win this pot. And he goes for it, Norman.
Call.
And a call, and we've got a new chip leader.
3-barrel bluff goes bust, snap call. If the river were an absolute blank, I wonder if Jorstad's bluff had a chance.
And we have ourselves a game once again.
Nah, he could use the chips, Espen. No biggie.
My goodness. Well, he folded when he was behind and made the easy call when he was way ahead. The new chip leader, Adrian Attenborough, seeking to spoil the Jorstad victory parade. Welcome back to the 2022 World Series of Poker main event final table presented by the official WSOP app. Adrian Attenborough, the new chip leader, heads up just when we thought Espen Jorstad was unbeatable.
This is going to mark the 10th time in the last 16 years that the main event champ is from outside the United States.
Attenborough with a raise to 10 million. The blind's at 2 and 4 million right now. He's playing 8 tray of spades. Jorstad, queen 6 offsuit, makes the call. No spades. Queen high reigns.
Have two players ever missed a flop by more?
Right. A check to Attenborough. Jorstad checked the quote-unquote best hand. Attenborough bets 4 million with his. We'll see a turn. 5 of spades, and both likely thinking, how much do I really want to get involved here? Another check from Espen.
Johnny Chan in 1987 was the first foreign-born player to win the main event. Iranian-born Mansour Matloubi in 1990 was the first non-American to win the main event. Are they still playing this hand line? Can't we just move on?
Isn't that true? 32 million is what Jorstad needs to call, but instead he does fold, and Adrian widens the gap between these two.
8 high wins the hand.
Let's get it down to Kara Scott, who has more on our current chip leader.
If Adrian Attenborough manages to win this bracelet, he would be only the second Australian to ever do so since Joe Hasham took the title in 2005. Now, Joe told me that should Adrian win, this could be amazing for Australian poker, and he said his final table run has been nothing short of extraordinary. He's played his heart out and kept his composure throughout. Funny side note, when Adrian was trying to get his visa to move to the United States as a pro poker player, Joe Hasham actually wrote him a letter of recommendation. Only fitting that he might win this now.
However, heads up, turns out Adrian will not overtake Joe on the Aussie money list. Jorstad, King Queen raised to 10 million.
Great to see Joe with his 3 sons playing in the main event this year. Is 8 high going to win this one again?
No, maybe so. Pair of 8s does lead. Attenborough checks that hand.
What a grind this main event has been. They play 7 long days to make the final table. And day 7 went 17 hours until past dawn the following morning. Attenborough says he is so tired he could barely get out of bed this morning for the start of 3-handed play.
Check, check on the flop. Now a check from Attenborough and another check. Free river card. No paint to be found. Adrian leans forward, grabs some silvers, grabs some creamsicles. 28 million is the bet.
Attenborough hoping to get something like ace high to call here, or king high.
Nope, it's a fold from Jorstad. Another small pot for Adrian, another step forward.
Do we have some oi, oi, oi in our immediate future?
Maybe so. Attenborough seems to have found his groove, making some hands, bluffing at the right time. It's all starting to click. What a heads up we have. Any 2 cards, anyone capable of taking either hand. It's how you draw it up. Espen Jorstad, Adrian Attenborough battling for this title and $10 million. Tournament summary brought to you by Zenni, eyewear for everyone. Tremendous odds to make it here, and Jorstad and Adrian Attenborough competing for the biggest chunks of the monster prize pool. Suited 9-5, a raise to 10 million from Attenborough. Jorstad suited Jack 9.
Jorstad has been getting it all together. He works out at the gym. He's had a mental game coach. He's into meditation. Frankly, it's just too healthy of a lifestyle.
And he will call for 6 million more. A big flop for Espen. Flush draw and the pair of jacks. Adrian catches bottom pair. Jorstad checks.
Jorstad flops huge, plus he gets the added benefit of Attenborough getting a piece of it with bottom pair.
Check, check. Oh, wow. Another jack. Espen with trips now.
It gets better for Espen. Plus, this makes it more likely that he doesn't have a jack, so Attenborough feeling better about bottom pair.
Jorstad betting a third of the pot, hoping it looks a little bluffy. Six of spades.
Jorstad started watching all the poker on TV he could find as a teenager. The year after Chris Moneymaker won it all in '03. His favorite was high-stakes poker. This is also high-stakes poker.
Indeed. $40 million in the pot. Jorstad with a tiny bet of $8 million and a quick call, and Jorstad will take that one. Jorstad fights back as he retakes the lead by a slim margin.
Well played.
You lucky stiff.
Well, fans from all over the world come here to witness the main event final table, and even pros right here in Las Vegas watch too. 4-time bracelet winner Scott Seaver enjoying the heads-up match.
Seaver tells friends privately that my hand analysis is the best in the business.
He does not, actually.
Well, I'm probably bluffing.
And Scott would probably snap call there. $10 million again from Attenborough. Any two cards here, ladies and gentlemen. Jorstad, King 5 off.
Jorstad with a slim chip lead.
Been a while since either of these guys played a meaningful live heads-up match. The last time for the Aussie was in 2019, and for Jorstad, 2018, barring his tag team event this year where he won a bracelet.
Yeah, and Kerstetter drank a case of beer during that heads-up.
Top pair for Jorstad here.
So remarkable that Attenborough got to heads up. He kept taking bad beats, calling all-ins from ahead. He was down to 8 big blinds at this final table.
After the check, Attenborough bets $4 million.
Jorstad doesn't seem to vary his posture, his motions, or his timing.
Just a call with top pair. Ace of hearts on the turn. Attenborough drawing dead. It has been checked to him.
That 5-4 keeps shrinking in value. There is seemingly no path to victory for the 5-4 here unless it just charges into the china shop and breaks everything in there in hopes that the owner walks out terrified.
He raised pre-flop, continued. Now he bets big as the ace surfaces.
Wow, pot size bet from Adrian, drawing dead.
Jorstad is not deterred. Attenborough thinking, what can I do here? Jack of clubs on the river. Jorstad checks again.
Attenborough now actually would be playing the board, but this is a bluffable card. You know, 4 to a straight out there. Adrian has applied pressure on every street. Let's see if he goes for it, Scott Seaver. Oh, yes.
Wow. A beautiful thing to watch. $68 million into Espen.
Another big bet with Nuclear Squad douche. And you know, King No Kicker doesn't look so good here. Let's see if Jorstad can hold on and sniff out this thievery.
He cannot do it. Attenborough gets the bluff through.
Oh, I would have had to show that one. Hey, bravo, Adrian.
Absolutely. So back and forth we go. A gutsy bluff from the Brisbane native and keeps this title up for grabs. $10 million on the line right now, plus the bracelet, which is worth over $500,000 on its own. Espen's bio board presented by GPI, the Hendon Mob.
Jorstad lives in London now and loves it.
Queen Jack. Just a call, $2 million. Attenborough, Jack 9 of hearts.
The Aussie lives in Las Vegas now, and I don't know if he loves it or not.
Checks his option. We'll see a flop for free. Oh, aces and jacks for both. Jorstad has Attenborough in trouble with his kicker.
Adrian's played so well. Espen just keeps hitting more hands. I'm not saying Jorstad hasn't played well. He's just getting a friendlier deck.
After a check from Adrian, Espen bets $4 million.
Attenborough has made the right decision in tough spots again and again late in this main event.
But not quite here with the raise, the check raise to $12 million.
Yeah, this is a dangerous spot for Adrian. He thinks he's best. He's not. Espen can re-seize the chip lead.
Here's a call of the $8 million. Deuce of clubs. Jorstad free rolling now. Another check.
From check raise on the flop to check on the turn.
And a minimum bet of $4 million into that pot.
$4 million into 36. It serves a purpose. I don't know what it is. I'll just give Espen the benefit of the doubt. We don't teach this at the Norman Chad School of Poker.
Gets a call. No chop for Adrian, but that third diamond might slow things down. And he checks the third time.
By the way, does Espen always look this way, say, waiting for his dinner to arrive at the Ritz restaurant on Piccadilly?
If I was his server, I would get it to him toot sweet.
Huh.
Now, Jorstad. This is more than $4 million. It is $28 million.
Yeah, he ups the ante here significantly from his turn bet. Espen's got Adrian squidgeting again.
Putting calling chips together. Pass the sugar.
Good day, that was good.
And the scales tip towards Espen Jorstad once again.
Oh, when I call you, I'm going to take all your chips, Espen.
Huh?
When I call you, I'm going to take all your chips. You're getting lucky, mate.
They've been friendly the whole tournament. They respect each other's games, and right now it seems this heads-up battle is just getting heated up.
When I call you, I'm going to take all your chips. You're getting lucky, mate.
Back inside Bally's Event Center for continuing coverage of the 2022 World Series of Poker Main Event Final Table. Neither player able to establish a huge lead, each with more than 55 big blinds. Jorstad limped with Queen Deuce. Attenborough checked his option with Jack 4. Deuce 4, Deuce trips for Jorstad. Attenborough pairs his 4 and checks.
That's a flop for Attenborough, but that's a flop and a half for Jorstad.
A min bet from Jorstad. Oh, wow. Big chips coming. A check raised to $14 million from Attenborough.
And he's again check raising the flop with the inferior hand.
Jorstad can do whatever he wants here. And he fights back with the real hand, a 3-bet to $32 million.
Attenborough has played terrific to get heads up, particularly a couple of hands against Matija Dobric late on day 7. He bluffed Dobric in one big pot. Then he sniffed out a bluff from Dobric after that for all his chips.
Attenborough getting sticky, calls for $18 million more.
There's no reason for him not to be sticky here with that 4.
Turn card. 8 of spades. Another check from Adrian.
Jorstad waits, then pounces.
He saw Adrian check raise on the last street. Check raise this, sir. 62 million.
These are heavy body blows now. Remember, Adrian just told Espen, when I call you, I'm going to take all your chips. That ain't going to happen on this hand.
Oh, wow. Espen has hooked a non-believer. Attenborough calls to build a pot of 200 million.
Quick line, grab the 200 million out of that middle, and let's head to Laughlin.
Let's go, baby. And a queen on the end. Jorstad with the full house. Another check from Attenborough.
Yeah, what a comforting river for Jorstad. I think he was confident his trips were best, but this removes most any doubt. Wait, pounce. That's what Espen does.
And he wants to end it right here, right now.
You just have value every hand. Huh?
This is deja vu all over again. Adrian had Jack 4 on the first hand of heads up, making a pair of 4s when Espen put them all in.
Man, what a tourney. What a tournament. Can I just jam for value one time and then you tank? That would be nice. Just don't know if you're capable of it, mate. I don't know. But now I don't want to fold. This one could look bad, guys. People are going to be like, why am I tanking with my hand? But I really want to call this one.
On hand 1, he says, I love this hand.
Oh, once again, he's left with 4s. If he calls, it's over. If he folds, he still has 32 bigs.
What a game. What a game. I have a weird feeling this is the one time you chose to bluff me.
Imagine if Jorstad said, you call it, it's all over, baby.
I really want to call. Really badly. But that's such a bad hand.
He knows Espen has bluffed before. He can only beat a bluff here.
I just never know what to do.
He is tortured. He calls.
Call.
He loses.
I'm out.
Espen Jorstad is the world champion.
That was a really bad call. That was a really bad call. That was a really bad call, then.
Espen Jorstad plants the Norwegian flag at the main event for the very first time.
Norway's first main event champion.
Everybody. Very well played, man. Very well played.
Attenborough played his heart out. The final results of the 2022 main event brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook and Casino. We are all Caesars. What a performance from Espen Jorstad. Calm, cool, and now collects $10 million. Attenborough put up a fight, but ultimately second place. Jeff Platt right now is with Adrian Attenborough.
Well, Adrian, what a battle, heads up. I know this tournament can be so draining, so grueling.
Yeah.
How proud are you of yourself for achieving a second place finish?
Super proud. Obviously, I run really good, and I definitely don't deserve to win $6 million. But yeah, it's just along for the ride, and sucks. I mean, it's such a big mistake at the end, I think, but it's okay.
Really appreciate the time. Great run at it. All right. For the official bracelet presentation, let's send it over to Kara Scott. Kara.
Espen, that was an incredible story. You were dominant throughout so much of that, but it really swung back and forth. You showed so much composure. What does this title mean to you?
Of course, it means a lot. It's the biggest tournament in the world. It feels very good. Yeah, it feels very good. It's still sinking in.
I have to ask you, when you were sitting there for over 18 minutes, completely motionless, waiting for your opponent to make a move, what is going through your head at that point?
I just took a break, did some meditation, chilled out.
Who do you think is going to be the most excited for you after this massive win?
100% my mom. Yeah. She's my biggest fan, and like, yeah, I think she's probably sitting at home crying real soon. She was crying on the phone like before final table even, so she's gonna have a heart attack probably. I should call and check if she's fine.
You need to give her a call and tell her that you are the new champion of the World Series of Poker champion for 2022. But I would like to now introduce Jason Gregorick, the SVP and General Manager of Bally's Paris and Planet Hollywood, to present you with the bracelet.
Thank you so much. For the first time in history, we would like to present you on the Las Vegas Strip this beautiful Johnston 2022 World Series Main Event bracelet. Congratulations from all of us at Caesars Entertainment.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Espen Jorstad acted like a champion, looked like a champion, played like a champion. He deserves to be the main event champion.